Ahoy, everyone. So in the lab on Friday, we took a look at the simple function, which is a function that takes only two numbers and add them up and return the sum. It was very simple that we said there's nothing to it. We did it with our eyes shut. Now when I ask you to create another function that we called it brilliant average, and this average here, this function here, is not going to be taking two numbers. It's actually going to be taking four numbers, num1, num2, num3, any name of any parameter that you would like to choose. I'm just using short names here for the speed of what we're doing here. So now I want to use this function here to calculate the sum that is supposed to be done in this brilliant average function. Well, the average is going to come from a function, and the function is supposed to be summing numbers, and the only function or the only device that we can use specifically for this assignment here is to calculate the sum of the numbers using the simple sum. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Is there anything that can stop me from taking these first two and calculating the first sum like that? This is the first sum, right? And is there anything that can stop me from doing a second sum, doing the exact same thing, simple sum with 3 and 4? Is there anything that can stop me from doing this? Absolutely not. Okay, now those guys are going to be returning numbers. So let me ask you another question. Is there anything that should stop me from doing that? The final sum is supposed to be a simple sum coming from the first and the second. Is there anything that can stop me from doing this? Of course not. Now I want to tell you, you want to calculate the average, and the average is only going to come A-V-E-R-A-G-E, I can spell. The average is only going to come from the sum divided by 4, and leave some spaces so you can read your code, and then you can return the average like that. Okay, now the good question is, how do we test this? Well, we already tested many times this simple sum. My concern now is how we can test this average here, and I know that's supposed to be returning an average, A-V-E-R-A-G-E, again one more time. And if I can plug in any numbers such as 7, 3, and 6, and 4, that's going to give me 20. The sum is going to be 20. If I divide by 4, it's going to give me the average 5. Print average is like that. And I'm going to save, and I'm going to clear my screen. And as you can see, the average is indeed 5. So if I want to test this one more time, and as you can see, I'm testing it here outside the function. If I want to test with minus 7 and minus 3, that's 10. And let me just make this, so that's minus 10, and that's 10. Those guys are going to cancel each other out. So 4 is going to be the final sum divided by 4. Here the average is going to be 1. So my function, this whole code here is going to be returning an average of 5, and also going to be returning an average of 1 for these two statements here. And let's see. Indeed, this is the first result that came from that statement here, and this is the second result that came from this statement here. That's it. That's all I wanted to show you, and that's all I asked you to do during the lab. Have any questions? Feel free to send me an email, or you can comment on the video. Thanks so much. Ahoy.